a spacey Japanimation blue to it.
Okay. Can you push it over, Ben? That's it. Thank you.
It's okay.
I'm mad at some point we'll pan it over when I'm talking to Kevin.
Yeah.
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 I'm talking to both you
Just
guys.
do the ventriloquist act.
God.
Hi, my name is Todd.
That's not where your hand goes for the ventriloquist.
Hi. Hi.
Up here.
Okay, silence. First two punks. First two punks.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you cats and kitty cats out there. It's Howleween, and Halloween is coming up. And this is Howl, which has an enormous amount of guests tonight. We're going to be talking, we're playing a lot of music. It's our special singer-signer rock show on CIUT. We're going to be, of course, right up off the bat, talking to an artist, Carolyn McGill, about her new art show upcoming. And then we'll be talking to I Hate Todd, Lizzie Violet, Max Layton, Luke Vexlev, and Mr. Vince Sternad. So we'll be back with some Howl on a spooky Halloween. This is Nik Beat at 89.5 FM on your dial. This is Howleween. We'll be back in a minute with Howl. Okay, we're back. This is Nik Beat, and we're just going to can off the music there. It's, of course, Halloween is coming up, so this is a special Halloween show. It's mostly music tonight. Normally we do a mixture of spoken word and music, and I'm your host, Nik Beat, for the next hour. Relax. We're going to be talking, before we get to the music, we're going to be talking to Carolyn McGill. Before she's on the phone waiting, but before we talk to her, let you know what's happening. Toronto contemporary abstract and figurative painter Carolyn McGill is unveiling a series of recent abstract works at the new gallery space in Yorkville, the Arpladia. It's at 87 Yorkville. It's from November 9th through 17th is her show. Ms. McGill will be in attendance on Saturday, November 9th from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. to meet gallery visitors and introduce her Sgraffitic style paintings. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but she'll correct me. To art lovers and new collectors. She's a Toronto-based artist, born in Tokyo, Japan, and spent her childhood on the northern island of Hokkaido. Carolyn returned to Canada to attend Ontario College of Art and graduated on in 1974. We're very, very pleased to have Carolyn McGill on the show. Hey, Carolyn, can you hear me? Well, it's a positive delight. I want to thank publicist Glenda Fordham, as usual. I'm just going to ask my tech man, Robert, to up your feed into my cans so I can hear you just a bit better. That's way better. Okay. Carolyn, you should call the show Wingspan, and that's actually after one of your larger pieces. Why is it called Wingspan? What's the... Okay, are you an abstract expressionist or an abstract artist? Like, how would you label your style?
Well, this is something I've been doing now for the last about 5 years or so with abstract art.
Mm-hmm.
I've been exploring that. I wouldn't say necessarily restless. I really like starting a kind of visualization way, and I find that abstract painting gives you that. That just, you don't know what to expect from one moment to the next. It feels really living on the edge a little bit with the painting, and it feels like it suits me very much right now. I like.
Can you explain it? Your style of painting incorporates graffito. What does that term mean?
Well, that term is actually quite an old one that has been around for quite a while. It's used on fresco in Renaissance time in Africa, but it's really scratching away the surface. But it seems to be kind of unexpectedly. I was in my studio trying to uncover. I looked at that pieces I was doing, and I thought, okay, so I started to scratch. So the surface realized that I had these underpinnings that were quite rich in color that, putting on top of one another. So it was like layering. And so when I scratched away, I really found some richness underneath. So I now incorporate that with other ways of doing my painting.
Carolyn, you were born in Japan. How had that early exposure to Japanese culture informed your artwork, or did it?
Oh, it certainly did. It was just so important. It's so rich. The culture is so rich. And it's a very colorful culture. And I really picked up on, because I was a child there, I really picked up on the color aspect of the colorful side. And so my work is very, again, stay colorful. And I think some of it, style maybe a little bit, visibility could be a little bit oriented, but it's hard to say yourself, you can't really see it yourself, so you see it, but, it's huge.
Okay, but this is Nik Beat on CIUT's Howl. It's a Halloween show, special show, mostly singer-songwriter and rock music exposure. Hope you're enjoying it. We're talking to artist Carolyn McGill. We have a cat that looks like wants to destroy my entire show right in front of. Believe it or not, Carolyn, we've got this little pesky black kitten in the midst of my show. So, isn't it perfect? It's just perfect so long as it doesn't wreck my show. But anyway, thanks very much, Penelope, who's my videographer. We've got her little kitten called Rasputin. Is it called Rasputin? No.
Tarene.
Okay. Carolyn, you've organized a number of local arts festivals in Riverdale and curated several group art shows. What advice would you give a neophyte? I'm not a neophyte artist. I've got artwork at the Catalyst. But what advice would you give to neophyte artists? Yeah. Okay. You've also taught and mentored young artists both privately and as an instructor. How hard has that been, or was it a fairly easy task?
I found it really good. When it's adults, because I feel I learned so much from them. The real symbiotic relationship, and it's not so much, my time, we work together.
Okay. This is Nik Beat. We're talking to Carolyn McGill. She's got an art show coming up, and which we'll recap at the end of this conversation. We got about a minute left. Carolyn's website, by the way, is www.carolynmcgill. That's CarolynMegill. And she's also on Facebook, facebook.com/Carolyn McGill. And I want to thank Glenda Fordham for providing this insightful interview with Carolyn. Carolyn, I'm going to be at your show. I'm really looking forward to it. What's the date again? It's November 9th?
comes with the content. I have my website is also .com or
Okay. Thank you so much, Carol. Sorry to interrupt you, Carol. It's hard to tell when you're talking about somebody if you don't know when you're interrupting them. Carolyn McGill's work is, again, in Yorkville, 87 Yorkville Avenue, Arcadia, and it's from November 9th to the 17th, and she will be there on November 9th from 1 to 5 p.m. I will be there myself, hopefully with Glenda Fordham. Thanks, Carolyn, so much for being on Howl. Same here. Thank you. Bye-bye. That's Carolyn McGill. Hope you enjoyed that interview. She's a fine artist, and I'm going to be seeing her works very, very soon. We now have in the studio, I'm very lucky to have I Hate Todd. Now, I Hate Todd is the name of a group. They've got a new single out called Zombie Love, which we're going to play in exactly 2 minutes. And I've loved the single. I've heard it. It's fantastic. The video is unbelievable, beautifully done, beautifully directed. I want to welcome to the show Mr. Todd and Kevin. Todd, how are you?
All right, Nick, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I've got this cat that's just driving me berserk, but that's okay. It's the price you pay.
Oh, it's lucky. She's lucky.
It's
a
our
bad cat that's lucky. Yeah.
I Hate Todd. That's a very controversial title of a band. Why is it called I Hate Todd? You're Todd.
It's
You
true.
want
Maybe
people to
it was-
hate Todd?
Not necessarily. It just happens naturally. It's a very safe name for my personality. It's good to always kind of enter with low expectations and just kind of
Okay.
work from there.
Okay, I'll take that as a yes and a no and a maybe all rolled into one. We're talking to Todd, we're talking to Kevin of I Hate Todd, which fantastic single Zombie Love, which we're going to hear in exactly 60 seconds.
Thank you.
Can I ask you, the video is fantastic also. Who directed it, who produced it?
well,
Who conceptualized it?
it was a kind of a joint effort. I think the dream came together through Lizzie Violet, one of your guests tonight, and it really took shape once David Hustler and Nick Marlatt got their hands on it. It was an incredible day. It was we had Kate McKim out helping. We had a bunch of volunteer zombies who were fantastic, who came dressed up, ready to go, and they were on top of their game that day. And I really don't know what else to say. I mean, Nelson found this super creepy place to film it, and it's still there.
Nelson Sobral is the guitarist, and I Hate Todd.
Okay, and what is the creepy place? Where is it?
It's in the Junction. It's right next to the Magic Oven in the Junction, and the guy's having a hard time unloading it because it's still available for lease. And
It's in fantastic condition.
oh, is it ever? The best part was
we got to it.
the best part was the basement. I'm a bit of a Ghost fan myself, and I was exploring around, and I got to this little crawl space in the basement, and I got to the door, and I just kind of I'm not going down there. And it was like there was something in there. I swear to God, I heard "Get out," and I wasn't doing
But
it.
seriously, you did.
Oh,
You're not
it-
putting us on.
No, it was super creepy, and
Wow.
I wouldn't go anywhere near it. And the best part is in the video, you can see them coming down that hallway as they're creeping out. So I'm looking at that, going, those poor guys. They had to go down there. I wouldn't go down there, and I like haunted houses.
Okay, have you guys heard about this rivalry supposedly between zombies that run and zombies that walk? Is this true, or is this just some kind of fiction? It says undeadly rivalry as zombies turn against zombies. Running zombies are supposedly accusing of walking zombies
Oh,
of...
it's like a battle?
Yeah,
They're
it's a
both
sort of
better
battle.
than zombies that fly, I can tell you.
Have you seen those?
No.
They're sick.
But so this is an actual dispute now?
Yeah, it's a dispute. The running zombies are saying that the walking zombies are trying to close them out of the scene. That they've got a grapple hold, a death hold. Why don't I put it that way?
It's a union battle now.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Clearly, the walking zombies work for the city.
Yes, yes. It's Rob Ford in drag and other things. By the way, ladies and germs, I'm going to be putting a pie in Rob Ford's face. So you'll be seeing me arrested probably on November 21st.
Is he all right?
Speaking at a. Yeah,
Well, he is now.
He's speaking at some big deal Casa Loma, I think. So I'll be one of the waiters and right in his face.
Fantastic.
That's just a side issue. That's a total side issue.
I'm going to put money on Doug punching you.
Hey, if Doug's there, he probably will. And then he'll have me on this radio show, probably. You know, I wouldn't doubt.
I wouldn't count on it.
You guys, I had the Zombie Love single. Who wrote that?
I did.
Okay.
Well, my inner spirit wrote it. I had nothing to do with it.
Your inner spirit.
I channel some foreign power that comes in and takes over and writes music for me.
Okay. You guys, you got a band, I Hate Todd. Where are you playing next?
We have a show at the Amsterdam Bicycle Club, 54 Esplanade, and
That's a Halloween night, October.
Howleween
31st.
night with Oliver Piggott. It's going to be fantastic, and we're heading out to Kitchener this weekend. And we're playing in the east end of Toronto at Velvet, Queen and Logan area on the 16th of November.
That's
And,
ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one too.
Of course, you can find all these shows and information from IHateTodd.com.
That's at
And-
IHateTodd.com.
I don't know where that came from. And of course, the Facebook moniker I Hate Todd, which is, I don't understand that.
I Hate Todd music.
Right on. Well, I Hate Todd. I love it. I love the video too. We're gonna hear now the track. Want to thank the guys and Kevin and Todd for coming in to join us for a Halloween Howl show. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, we'll have you guys back. Here's Zombie Love and Joy, and we'll be back with Lizzie Violet and more of our special Halloween show, Howl with Nik Beat. Excellent interview, guys.
Thank you very much.
Excellent.
That was fun. So
Cool.
November 21st, you're gonna throw.
I am. Yeah.
You should tell people you're gonna do it beforehand.
It's okay. It's done. Man, I'm committed.
Yes.
I'm throwing my hat into the ring.
I can't wait.
Oh, it's going to be
Can't
done.
wait.
I'm going to be there.
I'm secretly, I don't want any harm to come to you, but if Doug punches you, he's finished. He's finished, you know, he's an animal and he's got to go.
So we'll bring, I guess we'll bring Lizzie in.
Please.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks again, Nick.
Thank you.
Let's go eat some Timbits.
Get back to me, Pat. This is a good track. Can you also get them to bring Max Layton? Because I'm going to be zinging right down.
Okay.
Yeah.
What Max like?
Come on in, and also get Max into this room so he's ready to come in. Hey, Caroline, you can sit here, please.
Max like.
Look, oh, you don't know who he is. This is a great track, by the way,
Oh, it's awesome.
and the video is incredible. Isn't it? It's just,
It was so much fun to make too. It was like long days from work. So worth it.
were you there for the shoot?
Oh yeah, I helped do the I ran production for
It
it.
was your idea, your concept.
The initial script was me.
Oh my God! Well, good, congratulations! It's a fantastic video.
I'm sorry. So this is picking up the audio, okay? Seem to be. Come on in. Yeah. Oh, sorry. She's stealing the show.
Max, sit right here. Looking forward to our gig.
Yeah, exactly. Got to talk about it. Oh, I love Todd songs too.
We're back, and this is a special Halloween Howl show with Nik Beat. I hope you're enjoying the show. We open with Carolyn McGill, and then a couple of members of I Hate Todd. That's their new track single called Zombie Love. Hope you enjoyed that. Perfect track for a Halloween show and a Halloween that's coming up in a couple of nights, a couple of days. Remember to watch all the kiddies. Now we've got in the studio Lizzie Violet. And I'm going to let you introduce the lovely lady beside you, Lizzie.
This is Deanne Moore.
You got to get right up to
right
the
up
mic,
to the
ladies.
mic. This
Yeah.
is Deanne Moore. She's one of 4 coordinators who actually run the Beautiful and the Damned together, along with Duncan Armstrong and Philip Cairns.
What is the Beautiful and the Damned? For those that don't know.
It's a cabaret poetry night that runs once a month at the Central, the last Thursday of every month. And we do everything from slams, spoken word, poetry, music, drag. It's very queer-centric. It's a huge blast every month.
For those who don't know what queer means, what does queer-centric mean? There's some yokels like me out there that may not know.
It means no rules.
It means no rules, okay.
That's
right.
That's
So
pretty much
LGBTQST, WXYZ.
all of those.
Okay. We're talking to a couple of ladies that I admire actually on a lot of levels. They may not know this, but I do. I sit at home admiring them. That's what I do. Anyway, so we're having a nice little talk here. Hope you're enjoying it. A little later in the show, we're going to be talking to singer-songwriter Max Layton. He and I and Robert Priest are doing a gig November 10th, Sunday afternoon, or late Sunday afternoon at the Transact Club. This is the outer, the place that's right next door to the entrance of the Transact. There's a couple of stages. We're in the one that's closest to the entrance, and we're going to be doing some songs, music, and poetry for the people. I'm talking to Max a little bit about that a little later. Lizzie, can I ask you about this controversy? Did you read this in the Star?
Yeah, the one with the walk or the zombie walk people and the that Toronto zombie run. Yeah, it's a huge thing. Apparently, if I've read it correctly, the zombie run people are saying that the person who runs the Toronto zombie walk is like slagging them and trying to get people not to promote and not to pay for it. And I actually used to help run the Toronto zombie walk, so I know the Taya quite well, and kind of have the issue with what the Toronto zombie run people are saying, because she gives a lot of effort and money out of her own pocket, and she doesn't want her zombies to do stuff for free and have other people make money off of them. And this is where this whole controversy is coming up, because when I was reading the rules for being part of the Toronto zombie run, even the zombies who were going to be chasing the runners actually had to pay to be part of it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I think, might be, I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I'm knowing her, that's probably what.
Are we talking about Thea Munster? Is that who we're talking about?
Thea
Okay.
Munster, yeah.
I've had Thea on the show a number of times. This is Nik Beat. We're talking to Lizzie Violet right now. I hope you're enjoying the show. A little later, we're talking to Max Layton, and then later Luke Baclav, and of course Vince Stranad. They're all singer-songwriters, so the latter half of the show will be singer-songwriter city. So I hope you enjoy that. We usually do more of a mix of spoken word and music, but this is more of a more music than spoken word. Do you have a poem you brought with us at all that you want to perform?
Well, I just happened to bring one, and because you did have I Hate Todd and the whole zombie love, and I'm actually quite known for my horror poetry, so that's kind of my thing. So I'm actually going to do one of my zombie poems. It's short and sweet, but it'll get the point across, and it's called Ravaged Soul. Distant moans echo through the silence, stagnant in fear, hidden amongst gray shallows of slick, boiled air, waiting to devour. Slowly they shuffle, a shrouded hunger, trails and entrails. Running, terrified, falling, failing, they are upon you. Struggling, praying, deal-making, and they cannot hear your words. Soul dragged to the surface, layers ripped away, essence revealed. Life passes. Lost love, broken dolls, and unpaid bills, a release. They feed a never-ending hunger, reducing you to gristle and bones.
And this is Nik Beat. You're listening to Lizzie Violet. That's a piece by Lizzie. I hope you're enjoying this special Halloween house show. I got to say a special hi to in DeSoto, Texas, a lovely, beautiful lady that I have special love for, Morgan Miser. Morgan is out there listening, hopefully. Hi, Morgan. I hope you're enjoying the show. She does her Halloween thing. I think she's dressing up as a kind of sexy Alice in Wonderland this year. So looking forward to seeing pictures from that. She lives in Dallas, Texas. DeSoto is the name of a suburb there. So hi, Morgan. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the show out there, Nik Beat. Okay, Beautiful and Damned. That's the name of an S. Scott Fitzgerald book that probably nobody's read in a long time.
A couple of us have read it.
Oh, really? Okay.
This is where we came with the title.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually had went to another show at Zelda's, which unfortunately is no longer here, and then afterwards went to a restaurant called Wish, and there was a bunch of us sitting around, and we're talking about starting our own show, and then that forayed on to talking about F. Scott Fitzgerald and his books, and then we went, hey, the Beautiful and Damned, and then we changed it to the Beautiful and the Damned. We're like, this is perfect for us because we're a mix of that, Beautiful, Damned, and
Damn beautiful.
Damn Beautiful, and that was 2.5 years ago now. We're coming up on our 3rd year anniversary in May.
What happened at Zelda's?
There was an electrical fire, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, we did a show, Queer Dissident Voices, and 2 days after the show, it burned down.
There was a fire.
Because there was rumors. Now these are rumors, allegedly, that there was some malfeasance because you had Palestinian and or whatever. No, it was nothing like that.
No.
Okay, so there was no malfeasance involved.
No.
Okay, that's
Purely-
good. That's
purely
good to
electrical
hear.
fire.
That's good to hear. This is Nik Beat. I hope you're enjoying Howl. We've got a couple of more minutes left in our interview, and they'll be playing a Max Layton track next. And then we're talking to Max himself. Max and I and Robert Priest are doing a special gig at it's not special for them, special for me. I'm a guest as their gig on November 10th at the Transact Club. They have it once a month, actually. And I'll be doing poetry and music, hopefully with my bassist, Michael Ratt. Michael, hi, how are you? Beautiful and the Damned, what's the next one going to be like again? What's it going to be?
Well, it's on Halloween night at the Central. Yeah, there's a costume contest. There's a prize for it. We have John Otten, Dave Nichols, and James Roy Daly would be our music. He's doing horror-themed music. He's also a well-known horror publisher, the Books of the Dead. And Philip Cairns, who is one of the organizers, is going to do $5 5-minute tarot card readings.
You're kidding? Phil's going to do. I didn't know he did that.
Oh, he does, and he's awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And we've
Cool.
also got trivia. We always have
do trivia?
I'll go right into the mic.
We always have an honored dead celeb every month, and our honored dead celeb this show is the scream queen of all time, Janet Leigh from Psycho.
Oh, cool.
And we always have trivia questions to do with the subject of our dead celeb. So
Talking about dead
prizes.
celebs, Lou Reed just died.
Yeah,
God bless him.
Tragic.
That is terrible. He was 71 years old, so this show is dedicated, obviously, to Lou Reed, and we're going to do a special Lou Reed show because Lou did poetry. He actually did it with. He was on tour with Jim Carroll. I actually was there the night at the Opera House when I introduced Jim Carroll to the stage, and also Richard Hell of the Voidoids and Blank Generation fame, and I got to meet them both. In fact, we had to find Jim Carroll. We couldn't find him. He was across the street in a laundromat getting in an argument about the colors of the dryer. It was like unbelievable. He's doing a gig and there he was. But anyway, that was amazing meeting him. He was spaced out, but as soon as he got on stage, he was incredible. So, is the cat chewing the wire now? He's doing a high wire act? No, that's not a good idea. We don't want, little kitty. Pen, can you take the cat? Thank you very much. Okay, Lizzie, so one more time. The next Beautiful and the Damned is this Thursday?
Yeah, this Thursday, October 31st at the Central, which is 603 Markham Street.
Excellent. Thank you very much for being here,
Thank
ladies.
you for having us. This is awesome. Thank
This
you.
has been great, and thank you for helping me get I Hate Todd.
Oh yeah, these guys are awesome. Like, wait for it. They're going to be huge.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. And their music is fantastic. They remind me of the Cramps a little bit. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a huge punk rock girl, so I know the Cramps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies, very, very much for
Thank
being
you,
on the
Nick.
show. Okay, we're going to take a tiny bit of a break, an ad. We'll be back with a song by Max Layton. And we'll be talking to Max himself, and then we're going to talk to Vince Stranad and Luke Vaclav on Howl. So that's what this is about.
Yeah.
We've got it on the
Totally.
front page.
Yeah, it's huge.
Wow.
Yeah, it got huge.
It's amazing.
No.
I'm so sorry, I didn't recognize you.
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I didn't recognize you until you started reading your poem. Oh my God,
It's on
that's
Monday.
who it is. Yeah. You know what? Ever since my eyesight thing, I have terrible trouble remembering faces. And I seem to have lost that. Well, but
Yeah.
it's not normal.
No.
I honestly didn't recognize you.
You know who I knew?
Pen, I need you to get Vince Stranad, and I need you to get Luke, so they can wait. Thanks, Lizzie.
Okay,
Do you want me to
Please.
read a poem too?
watch her.
I've got a bunch, so I can do
Yeah.
one.
We got time for one and one song and a little talk, and then we gotta.
Or let's do this one.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds good, Max.
Okay.
Excellent.
And this one will fit kind of with the Halloween thing. Not really. Oh, do I need earphones?
What were the names again? What were the names again?
Vince and Luke.
Vince and Luke, okay.
Yeah.
Vaclav.
Yeah, Luke Vaclav and
Vince
Vince
Stranad.
Stranad. Yeah. Wow. So how have you been, Max? How have things going?
Good. Just wrote a song today, so I'm like pumped.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish I could write songs so prolifically like you did. I can't.
Hey, it comes and it goes. You know.
Does it?
Yeah. I mean, I can go for a month with nothing. And then suddenly, like the last month, I think I've written 4 songs.
Oh shit.
That's a lot.
What's stirring up the creative juices?
Nothing, just there, time.
Yeah.
Don't know what else.
Hey guys,
Hello.
Mr. Vince, I'm going to have you here, and Luke, I'm going to have you here. We're going to do an interview first with Max Layton, then Luke, and then Mr. Vince. Do you know you sound like Leonard Cohen on this track? You do.
Well, he taught me
Did
how to
somebody
play. Well,
Did
maybe
he?
he taught me how to sing, but he didn't.
He taught you how to play the guitar.
Jewish boys from Montreal.
Jewish boys from Montreal. Right?
That's all it is.
You can't have the cat chewing the wire.
Oh, no.
Thanks.
Yeah,
God
can you
bless.
get in closer to Nick there so I can catch you on the,
Oh, we're trying to get this on video.
Yeah.
Why do you
Yeah,
do
it's
that?
going to be put on YouTube. All our shows now are on YouTube, and it's been great, actually. I only had one guest threaten to sue me so far, so it's been great. Yeah.
Somebody actually threatened to sue.
Yeah, but as soon as I told her I come from a family of lawyers, she shut up real fast. And I do. All my cousins are lawyers. All the Kellys, they all went into the law.
Oh, that's the Irish side.
It's the Irish side.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
John Magna is also finished music law.
Oh, really? Well, I didn't know that. Wow. Excuse me.
Is this your cat? What's the cat's name?
Tarene.
Tarene. Tarene.
I made it up.
Sorry, guy, how does it sound to you? Have we got the right level? Sounds great to me. Sounds okay?
Yeah.
No,
or
Sounds,
sounds
it's a great, this is a great recording. You said these are rough?
These are just roughs, yeah.
Okay, we're back with Howl. This is Nik Beat, the great and the powerful, sometimes the meek and mild. Hope you're enjoying the show. It's a special Halloween show. We're in the second half of Howl on 89.5 FM on your dial and www.cit on the worldwide internet. We're heard all over the world. We have fans in like 5 different continents and 1 territory. I think the Yukon. I think we got 1 person in the Yukon. Nunavut or something. Anyway, we're very, very pleased to have in the studio once again Max Lake. Max, good to have you here.
Nice to be here.
Now we're being televised. Sort
Yeah,
of.
I see. I'm watching myself on the monitor.
This is great.
Yeah.
Now that song, where does that song come from? It's a beautiful song.
Comes from Barbados. I was in Barbados. Yeah. my brother took me to this very special spot where they roast fish and they have all kinds of things, and there's a stage there and loud music, and people just start spontaneously dancing, of the locals, I mean, and it's dancing like I have never seen in my life, and that's what inspired the song.
What do you mean you've never seen in your life? What kind of dancing? Like you mean erotic?
I mean very erotic. I mean it was
Oh.
astonishing. And it's completely spontaneous. It's just people getting up on the stage. Anyone who wants to gets up on the stage and does whatever they want. It's
Wow.
incredible.
I know a couple of clubs we could go to where they do that
Yeah.
in Toronto, but we won't talk about that. Actually, we can talk about. My friends all have a great club called Club Cave down on Lakeshore Drive in Islington. It's one of the best strip clubs in Toronto. But anyway, Max, we've got a special. Or I do, because I'm a guest, and thank you for asking me, on November 10th. Tell me about it. Where is it and what is it?
Okay, well, it's the Transact Club, and it's on Brunswick, just south of Bloor. Robert Priest and I have a regular gig there once a month, every second Sunday of every month. Robert Priest and I are there with a special guest. And this month, in November, on November 10th at 5 p.m., the special guest is you. We're there for 2 hours, and Robert Priest is a fantastic singer-songwriter. He's also a great poet. Major inspiration for me as a poet, I have to say. And so we read poems, we sing our songs, and the special guest, sometimes it's a poet, sometimes it's a poet and singer-songwriter, or sometimes it's just a singer.
You brought a poem that you would like to read.
Sure.
Excellent. This is Max Lane. He's reading some of his poetry on CIUT's Howleween show.
Well, this is from the next book of mine that's coming out, called In the Garden of I Am. And every single poem in this collection starts with I am. I am the this, I am the that. And
Go ahead. Can't tell what he's saying.
as I was driving down here for this interview, H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds happened to be on the CBC. And I realized, oh yeah, this is all happening because of Howleween, right? And so here's a poem of mine from In the Garden of I Am, which kind of fits. It's called I Am the Earthling. I am the Earthling who pulled the alien from the burning wreck and kept her from the clutches of the CIA. I say her because that was her disguise. The place so swarming with agents from the FBI and MI5 and whatever the Russian Secret Service is called these days, I pretended she was my wife. No one dreamed that within the confines of what seemed an ordinary teacher's home beat a strange and phantom heart. For 40 years of bliss. I mean, she could change her face, her shape, the color of her hair and eyes and skin, grow breasts between her shoulder blades, vaginas wherever I wanted them. I begged her to give me a weapon, a cloak of invisibility, say, or an all-encompassing shield, or a finger ring that shot laser beams, or immortality, so I could walk into the White House or the Kremlin or the Forbidden City in Beijing, bang a few heads together and usher in an age of peace. But she preferred quiet afternoons, candlelit dinners, making love on the rug in front of the fire, long walks in the country or along the beach, just the two of us, hand in hand, until the mothership arrived, and she reverted to the worm-like creature she had always been.
This is Nik Beat. You're listening to poet, singer-songwriter Max Lane. Max, before we get to our next guest, you said during the break that Leonard Cohen had taught you guitar.
Yeah,
How did that happen? Yeah, obviously he was a good friend of your dad's.
good friend of my dad's and my
Irving
mom's.
Layton, yeah.
And he would come to our house. Of course, he was a McGill student at that point. He's just a young guy, and very handsome young guy. And I was, let's say, 8 or 9, maybe 10 the first time I noticed him. And there was a nook in our staircase. I was supposed to be upstairs in my room while a huge house party was happening. Artists of all kinds, sculptors, you name it, dancers, actors, they would all come to the house. And in would come Leonard Cohen, and what I observed from my little spy hole on the staircase was that the ladies would sort of begin to close in on him like a concentric circle, getting tighter and tighter. And sooner or later, he'd sit down and start to play his guitar. And then one great day, he let me take his guitar up to my room and taught me how to play E minor, which is the easiest chord. It's a two-finger chord. And I was hooked on the sound of that instrument and the feel of that instrument. And my mother saw that and traded one of her paintings for guitar lessons for me.
Wow.
And for the rest of that winter, every week I would traipse up Mountain Street in Montreal to the top where he had this very nice kind of bachelor pad laid out. And I'd knock on the door and a gorgeous woman would open the door, obviously just out of the shower. And then I'd get my lesson, and the following week I'd climb up the stairs to his bachelor pad, knock on the door, and a different beautiful lady, obviously just out of the shower, would invite me in for my lesson.
Wow.
So it was gave me a self-concept.
So it sounds good. Max, thanks so much for being on Howl once again. It's good to see
You're
you.
quite welcome. I hope that everybody comes out to see Nik Beat, our special guest, and Robert Priest and myself at the Transact, 5 p.m. November 10th.
Is there any cover?
No,
There's
free,
no cover.
but buy a lot of beer. There's
Buy a
great
lot of beer. They like that.
Mhm.
Thanks, Max, very much for being on Howl again.
You're welcome.
It's good to hear your work and your poetry. Now we have in the room Luke. I'm going to get Luke to come up to the mic and put on the headphones. We're just going to adjust this. And then a little later we're going to be talking to Vince Stranad, who is sitting right beside Luke. Actually, Penn, you got to move it a bit more. That's it. Now we got him. Okay. Luke, it's good to see you, by the way.
Hey Nick, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. It's an action-packed show, as you can see. There's a lot of people. Can I ask you what? It's a banal question, but what inspires you to write? Is it world events? Is it your events? Is it the landlady upstairs? What is it?
It's everything. I love music. I listen to a lot of music, so it just feels good, and I do it often, and just keep writing.
Now, Luke, you've got a very apostle-like name, Luke. Does that help your career at all? I'm sort of being semi-facetious, but maybe not.
Well,
Why were you named Luke? Was that after the saint, the gospel writer, or no?
maybe. Well, it's I was born in Czech Republic, and my name was Lukáš, and then
Oh, I see, Luke.
when we came here, English translation is Luke. But yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, Luke is a good name, but my last name is a bit complicated. So it's pronounced Vaisar. So even though Luke is memorable, the last name is always.
Okay, so I'm mispronouncing it really badly. Okay, so how do you say it again? Your last name?
Vaisar.
Vaisar.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one gets it right.
Oh, okay, so I don't feel too bad. This is Nik Beat, and we're talking to Luke Vaisar, and we're actually going to hear a track by Luke that he came in with and that I've listened to before, which is fantastic. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll be back to talk a minute more with Luke, and then we're going to be talking to good old Vince, and we've got a track of his coming up very soon, Vince Stranad. But this is Luke Vaisar. Hope you enjoy on Howl. Yeah, I understood. In a very few minutes, but since I have to do a little bit of talking, I can say that my art show is still at the Gallery Catalyst. I do pop art, rock stars art, that kind of thing. And we just had a showing of my Welcome to Hollywood show, and that was a couple of weekends ago. Hope people enjoyed it. You can go to the gallery between Wednesday and Saturday nights between noon and 7 p.m. It's located at 666 Queen Street West. Just west of Bathurst, right across from the old Pavilion bar. Are we having problems? It won't play. It won't play. Okay. All right. That's too bad. Well, why don't we then... You didn't bring a guitar in, did you? No. Okay. Why don't we get to Vince and keep trying with that Luke album? And we had a little problem. It may not be the albums themselves, it may be a technical problem with the actual equipment. So my apologies on behalf of CIUT if that's the case. We're talking now to Vincent. We'll get back to Luke. Hopefully we'll be able to play the track from his album very, very soon. Vincent, what is it? What's the motivation to be a singer-songwriter these days? It's not the easy trip.
No.
I mean, it never was.
Yeah, it hasn't been for
I
a
mean,
while.
I grew up in the '70s when it was king, absolute king. Cat Stevens and Harry Chapin. What's it like now for you?
Well,
Gotta get
I
right
just
in.
keep on doing it, so it just becomes more clearer, and I really get to the meat and potatoes of what's been happening, and really just get it across, and be as precise, as honest as I can be.
Okay. Do you celebrate Halloween at all, or do you care about it?
I do now. I've become a father lately, so I kind of have to. But you know, I dress up like this often, so to me, Halloween is, you know,
It's every day.
every
it's
day, you know.
Halloween. Yeah.
So it's fun. I appreciate it. You know.
Okay. Can you tell us a little about this track that we're going to be playing?
So we are going to be hearing a different song than we planned.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I see the cover again, just so I will not be? Do you mind turning it over? I believe it's going to be called "Reach Out," and it's not from the current CD that we were going to talk about. It's the previous.
So how old's this CD?
That
song that we're
CD
gonna
is
do?
about a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do people get your work? Both this CD, and the one that you just recently.
Mainly through shows, and we had Love Made on iTunes, and now we have Revelator on Bandcamp. Just log on and you'll be able to download it. But we are going to be doing shows and selling them for very reasonable
Okay. Are you on the typical places, CD Baby and Reverb Nation and all these other?
Yeah, but you know what? I really love Facebook, and we're there.
Cool.
So go there, and our website is going to be updated. So it's voslav.ca,
Okay.
and we have a nice channel on YouTube. And if you want to find out about shows, just go to Facebook.
Okay, and then Vaslav is spelled Vaslav.
Yeah.
Right.
The
Okay.
cool thing is Luke and I are both from Czechoslovakia.
You're
So
kidding?
That's really awesome.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's interesting coincidence. Wow. So we're going to hear, hopefully, Vaslav, and this is Vince Trinad, and I hope enjoy you the tune, and hopefully we'll be able to get Luke's track up by the end of the show. This is Nik Beat, this is Howl. Enjoy the music on our Halloween show.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you. He loves you.
He's going fast to sleep here. All along. Yeah.
No, just hold her.
Black cat.
You are looking.
Oh, you woke her up.
This is a great track. This song.
I'm gonna leave.
I don't know why it won't play. It's got to be technical problems, not the albums.
No, no, don't stand on her.
Nick, thank you so much.
See you, guy. See you on the 10th.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna be actually making a video for this one.
Oh, you're going to do a video?
And,
Oh, cool.
I was gonna think of some zombie stories, but I don't have any.
sorry.
Is there? Did you get it up?
I don't know why it's not playing, but we'll play through. It's playing it through SoundCloud.
Okay, cool. Same track, Luke?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I don't know.
That's a beautiful track by Aveslav, and we've got Vincent here, Sternad, and it's a lovely, lovely, lovely track. What's the name of the track again?
Thank you,
Vincent?
It's called Reach Out, and it's from our previous album called Love Made, and we were working on getting a video together to put on YouTube.
Okay, now there's an astonishing coincidence that you said, I think, during the break, which is that both you and Luke are originally from Czechoslovakia?
Yeah.
The same part of Czechoslovakia? Is that
sure.
stretching too much?
Well, I was born when it was still Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, cool. Which city?
Prague.
Prague. Okay.
This is an amazing
It
coincidence.
is. Yeah.
Wow. Vincent, before we
Yes.
get back to Luke and hear his track, what's the plans? Where can people hear your music? Where can they go? You got-
Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Bandcamp is the main one, and then YouTube. We have a channel, and
Do you have any live gigs coming up at all? or-
we're working on new material. We actually have enough for a whole new album, so we're trying to get that under control. So busy.
So, it sounds like. Thank you very much for being on Howl, man.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here. We'll have Vince back for a lot longer period. We've just had a really, really super book show. Now we're going to be talking to Luke. Sorry about the interruption to you, Luke. By the
Yeah,
way.
no worries.
It's technical problems we're obviously having, not the albums themselves. Luke, this track, what are we going to hear? What's this one called?
This one's called Western Sun. It's the first track off my new album that I finished this summer called Adventure. And I'm a solo bassist. I use a looper when I play, so basically I loop as I go, and so it's just instrumental solo bass.
Now, can I ask you, is this a home studio recording, or did you do it at a major studio, another studio? Where did you do it?
Just my friend has a studio called Skygrip Studios, and I did it there.
Okay. This is,
And it was
yep.
mastered at Lacquer Channel as well. So
okay. This is Luke Buzzer. This is his song, and I hope you enjoyed. This is Nik Beat. We'll be back with more of Howl. Remember, the Sex City is coming up at 11 o'clock on CIET 89.5 FM. By the way, thanks once again to all our many, many, many people that donated to CIUT and to Howl specifically. Thank you so much again for that. Now listen to Luke Buzzer. This is Nik Beat. We'll be back with our conversation with Luke and the end of our Howl programming.
No.
Yeah, you can keep playing it, Robert. That's a beautiful track. That is a beautiful track. Luke, congratulations. Beautiful.
Thank you.
One more time, what's it called?
Western Sun.
Western Sun, this is Nik Beat. We're signing off now for Howl, but more programming is coming up. Sex City is on its way up at 11 o'clock. I hope you enjoyed our special Howleween Howl show with our little cat,
Tarene.
and of course, thanks to Penelope for videographing it. This will be archived within 24 hours of the show. The actual visual audio component will be on YouTube within the next 4 or 5 days. This is Nik Beat signing off with more. Have a good Halloween, by the way, and hope you enjoyed our Howl show. Enjoy the music coming up at Sex City.